I told my mom at brunch I didn't want her loser last name anymore. My stepdad says I deserve better. She smiled, handed me papers, and said, "Sign here." A week later, I found out I signed away my $2.3 million inheritance, and now she won't talk to me. I'm only posting this because my girlfriend said I need outside opinions, but I already know half the comments are going to call me every name in the book, which is fine. I'm used to people misunderstanding my intentions. For context, I've always hated my last name. It's one of those goofy-sounding names that makes people pause when they read it. Kids made jokes about it growing up, teachers stumbled over it, and my coworkers still laugh when they see it on my email signature. And yeah, it's tied to my grandfather. He was the big patriarch of the family, the one with all the old money and the dumb traditions. People treated the name like it meant something. I never cared about that. I always wanted something cleaner, something normal, something that didn't make me sound like a cartoon character. My mom never understood that. She's the type who gets emotional about anything even remotely sentimental, always making things deeper than they really are. She took the family name serious, way too serious. Meanwhile, my stepdad was the chill one. He always treated me like an adult even when I was being stupid. My girlfriend says I run my mouth too much, but if you ask me, I'm just honest in a way other people aren't brave enough to be. So last week we're at brunch. I only went because my mom kept nagging about wanting some quality time. The usual stuff, her talking too much, me scrolling my phone, my stepdad making stupid dad jokes. Nothing special. Then the waitress asks for a name to put on the receipt. She reads mine out loud. My mom beams like she's won an award. I cringe. And that's when I said it. I told her I was done with her last name. I said it drags me down professionally, and I'm tired of people associating me with my grandfather's era. My stepdad actually agreed with me. He said I deserve a fresh start. That's when my mom went really quiet. She does this thing where she gets this frozen smile that never means anything good. I figured she was just offended and was going to guilt trip me later. Nope. Instead, she reached into her bag and pulled out a stack of papers. Already filled in, already organized, everything neat. She said since I'm so set on being independent, I should go ahead and sign right there. I didn't think twice. I assumed it was the name change stuff. I have no problem signing things, and I'm not an idiot. I trust my own mother. She raised me. Why would she hand me anything dangerous? I didn't bother reading it because it's a name change, not a mortgage. I even bragged about how fast I signed it. My girlfriend told me I should have at least skimmed it, but honestly, reading papers at brunch is ridiculous. I'm not that guy. Everything seemed normal after that. Mom paid the bill, which she rarely does. She hugged me, and she acted like everything was fine. I actually thought she handled the whole name issue way better than expected. Stepdad seemed relaxed. My girlfriend seemed relieved I didn't blow up or something. I went home thinking I scored a win. Then a week later, I went to my aunt's house to drop off something and overheard her talking to someone about the inheritance transfer. I didn't react at first because I thought maybe she was talking about someone else. But she mentioned my name. Suddenly, everyone in that room got awkward when they realized I was standing there. I kept asking what they meant, but nobody wanted to be the one to say it, and that irritated me. I hate when people act like I can't handle basic information. Finally, my uncle blurted out that I signed away my share of my grandfather's inheritance to my mom. Just like that. Like it was a small thing. Like I should have known already. I asked him what he was talking about. He said the documents I signed at brunch weren't for a name change. They were voluntary relinquishment forms, as in I willingly transferred everything to my mother. Everything. He said it so casually, it made me dizzy. I tried calling my mom right there. She didn't pick up. I tried my stepdad, straight to voicemail. My girlfriend looked at me like she pitied me, and that annoyed me even more. I'm not going to lie, I didn't handle it well. I paced around my car for an hour trying to convince myself my uncle misunderstood something. My mom would have told me. She wouldn't play some trick like that. Even if she was upset at me for insulting the family name, she wouldn't go nuclear over it. At least that's what I kept telling myself. The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. They made me look stupid in front of the whole family. They acted like I'm some irresponsible child who needs to be tricked into signing things. My stepdad hyped me up at brunch. He said I needed a fresh start. He literally encouraged the whole conversation. He saw the papers. He didn't say anything. So yeah, I tried calling again. Nothing. My aunt said, "Give your mother some space." Space? She just scammed me out of money that technically belonged to me. I know people are going to say it's my fault for not reading, but who expects their own mother to hand them something that extreme at a restaurant? I went home and tried to act normal, but my stomach was in knots. I kept thinking about the name, about my grandfather. about how even though I pretended I didn't care about the inheritance, that doesn't mean I wanted to hand it away like an idiot. I kept replaying Brunch in my head, and I swear the way my mom smiled when I signed suddenly felt completely different. It's been a week, and she still won't pick up the phone. My stepdad won't answer either. My girlfriend keeps asking what my next step is, but I honestly don't know. I'm not stupid. I know I signed something. I know my signature is legally binding, but it's not like I knew what I was signing. I trusted her. That should count for something. Now my aunt won't talk. My uncle won't talk. My cousins are acting weird. It's like everyone knows something except me. And the worst part? The only people trying to act normal are people I don't even trust anymore. So now I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do next. I didn't expect Brunch to end with me losing $2.3 million. I didn't expect my mother of all people to pull something like this, and the fact she won't even talk to me is driving me insane. I don't know if I should get a lawyer. I don't know if this is something that can be reversed. I don't know what the point of the inheritance even was if it could be taken from me this easily. Update 1. So yeah, a week after Brunch, I finally decided I needed to confront my stepdad first. I mean, I like the guy more than my mom sometimes. He's usually the calm one, the chill dad type, not the emotional roller coaster my mom is. I figured he'd give me straight answers without screaming or crying. Wrong. I walked up to his house like a man, thinking I had the high ground. Stepdad greeted me at the door, and immediately I noticed something off. No smirk, no casual, "Hey man, what's up?" He was dressed normally, but there was a kind of stiffness to him, like he was putting on a suit in the middle of his sweatpants. Weird, right? I said something dumb like, "So what's the deal? You guys trying to scam me?" Because obviously I had to start aggressively. He invited me in for a beer, and I followed because I wanted to feel adult about this. First sip in, he drops the weirdest thing on me. Apparently, my mom spent her entire life dealing with my grandfather's money drama. She didn't trust me not to burn through the inheritance or get manipulated. I blinked. I laughed. "Yeah, okay, sure, that's why she tricked me into signing paperwork I didn't read," I said. But honestly, my brain was racing faster than I could speak. Then, like the final dagger, he says, completely straight-faced, "Your mom told you to read the paperwork. You said you don't do reading on weekends." And just like that, it all clicked. I screamed. I yelled. I think I even knocked over his chair at one point. Neighbors were peeking out their windows like I was some kind of street performer. I left, of course, but probably looked insane. Next, I tried my mom. She ignored my calls, which is honestly par for the course at this point, but then her lawyer calls me. Yes, her lawyer. And they confirm I legally transferred my share of the inheritance, the documents, the signatures, everything. Video evidence exists of me saying, "I know exactly what I'm signing, trust me." I'm dead serious. My own words are now used against me. I didn't panic outwardly. Of course, I tried to frame it like, their lawyer's scared because he knows I'm coming, but inside I was sweating bullets. And because I'm a genius, I decided I could reverse this by storming the bank and loudly complaining. Security politely asked me to leave. Apparently yelling, "I demand my millions back," isn't persuasive. Who knew? Back home, the next layer of betrayal dropped. My girlfriend? Yes, the one who tells me I tend to run my mouth, had told my mom everything I'd been ranting about, including my plan to publicly embarrass her at Brunch. So, let me get this straight. She planned this knowing exactly how I'd act, and my girlfriend handed her the playbook. Awesome. Real great. I've decided the next move is a full family meeting. I'm going to man up, take control, and expose the scam. Update 2. So I decided to confront my mom directly instead of waiting around and losing my mind at home. I showed up unannounced at her house, timing it with this big family birthday gathering. Extended family was already there, and I just barged in yelling about fraud and how she scammed me, completely losing my filter. Plates were still on the table, decorations up, kids running around, and I didn't care. I just went full volume about how she stole my inheritance. At first there was stunned silence, then my mom finally looked at me, calm. She told me I didn't actually sign away my inheritance. I signed away my claim to it. I blinked, thinking that sounded like semantics, but she went on. Apparently the money was already locked up in a trust that Grandpa set up years ago, and there was a clause that if I voluntarily relinquished my claim, my portion wouldn't just go to her, it would dissolve into some scholarship foundation. Basically, I'd erased my own branch of the inheritance forever without even realizing it. I tried saying I didn't know, that this was all underhanded, that I'd been tricked, and she hit me with the line that immediately stopped me in my tracks. She reminded me that I told her I didn't care to read it. Every eye in the room went to me, including my cousins who were recording on their phones. I lunged for one of the phones thinking I could stop it, but slipped on the rug and smashed a vase instead. Classic. Everyone yelled at me to leave, which I did, but not before yelling that I'd get a lawyer who actually knows what they're doing and that I was done being walked on. To add insult to injury, my girlfriend told me she's moving out because she's not signing up to babysit a grown man with no self-awareness. Great. Perfect timing. So yeah, I'm technically still alive in this scenario, but my ego crushed. My plan to expose my mom was already melting down, and now I had no inheritance, no girlfriend, and a living room full of family that thought I was a clown. Update 3. Okay, so now things are officially a dumpster fire and I feel like the star of a bad reality show. First off, I fired not one, but 2 lawyers because apparently they didn't believe in me, or kept bringing up the video where I said I understood the paperwork. I'm not exaggerating every time they mentioned it, I felt personally attacked. One even had the audacity to ask if I'd read anything at all before signing. Like, come on, I'm not a kid, I signed it. That should count for something. I thought lawyers were supposed to work for me, not question my genius, so I ditched them. Then I found a third lawyer. This one was cheap, which I thought was a good move, because now we're talking real strategy instead of money grubbing. But no, he lasted like 3 days before quitting, because apparently, intent doesn't override signatures, or some nonsense like that. I tried explaining that my mom manipulated the situation. I had every right to feel scammed, and that legally, the papers shouldn't hold up, because I didn't actually intend to sign away anything. He didn't buy it. He literally shook his head and said, "Good luck, kid." I hate to say it, but I think he hated me more than anyone else in my life right now. Then I went digging. I mean full-on digital spelunking through emails, old tax docs, letters, basically every scrap of data I could get my hands on. And then, ladies and gents, I hit gold. My grandfather, that sneaky old man, actually left me something separate from the trust, a private investment account worth around $180,000. I was hyped. Finally, some leverage, some hope. I felt like the universe was finally giving me a win after what felt like a month straight of humiliation and chaos. Except, of course, there's a catch. Naturally, my grandfather, in all his wisdom, had set it up so that I can't access it without my mother's signature, because apparently, he decided I clearly couldn't be trusted with anything. Great. So now my bright idea of forcing my mom into peace talks with the $180,000 as leverage is worthless. So I try anyway. I call her, leave voicemails like 17 voicemails in one night. Of course, she doesn't respond. Instead, my stepdad calls like some calm adult version of a person, telling me I'm now forbidden from the property and that my mom's considering a restraining order. I hang up, muttering about how this is all just a temporary setback and that I have a plan to flip everything. Meanwhile, my job finds out about the brunch fiasco, the birthday meltdown, the aunt's video circulating, basically all the proof of me being a lunatic. I tried to make a joke at work about signing anything with a free pen and got officially put on administrative leave. My coworkers look at me like I'm a meme walking around in human form. But don't worry, I am not losing hope. Nope. I am convinced I've got a master plan brewing that will expose everyone, reclaim my inheritance, and prove that I am smarter than literally everyone, because that's how reality works, right? At this point, I'm juggling restraining orders, lawyers quitting, my career on hold, and a mother who apparently enjoys watching me implode. But Reddit, I'm confident. I have to be. Even if it's idiotic, even if everyone is laughing at me behind my back, my plan is coming. It's just evolving, slowly, in a way that will make everyone regret underestimating me. Except I might be underestimating something too, but we'll see about that. Final update. So, yeah, this is it. I finally get why everything went sideways and why I'm currently living in a friend's apartment eating cereal for dinner while my mom won't even answer my texts. I tried one last big confrontation thing, went to her work with this folder full of evidence to prove she manipulated me or whatever. I fully expected her to drop everything, maybe cry, maybe apologize, maybe hand over a check. She didn't even come out. HR security came. I got politely, but firmly, escorted off the premises while trying to explain I was just trying to clear the air. That's when it hit me I wasn't in charge, not even close. Later that night, I got a text from her. Short, clean, zero emotion, but full impact. I love you, but I won't be abused anymore. I hope you get help. I stared at it for like 10 minutes, thinking maybe I could reply with some smart comeback, but there's literally nothing to say. She's done, and I realized she has been done for a while. As if that wasn't enough, my girlfriend officially broke up with me. She didn't even sugarcoat it, took the pets, blocked me on everything, and sent a final good luck email. Friends are quietly drifting away too. Someone accidentally sent me a photo of a little get-together they had, and I was not invited. Like, I thought I was still part of the crew, but apparently I was the brunch boy disaster story they all share quietly. My job called me in for a review. The official term was multiple incidents of disruptive behavior. Basically, yelling about the inheritance, showing up to her work, harassing co-workers with stories of my drama, the aunt's video circulating, it all added up. Fired. Just like that. So, broke, unemployed, girlfriend gone, family on mute. Legally? Oh yeah. Mom's lawyer sent a formal notice. No contact for 6 months, or they'll escalate. Meaning even if I tried to go full Reddit rage mode, I'd get a restraining order. Can't even call. Can't send emails. Can't threaten to show up with a new folder. Nothing. Financially, all the trust money, gone. Already in the scholarship fund my grandfather set up, that $180,000 private account he left, it expires if not released in 6 months, and she's refusing to sign. No leverage, no cosigner. Basically, I have zero cash coming in from any of it. Then, a cousin casually drops a bomb. Apparently, grandfather did all of this on purpose. The trust, the read the paperwork trap, everything. He literally planned for me to sign away my share unless I could grow up fast enough to earn it responsibly, and I didn't. At this point, I have to admit, grudgingly, begrudgingly, that the entire disaster is on me. I insulted my mom publicly at brunch, signed paperwork without reading, escalated every confrontation, called out my stepdad like a fool, harassed my aunt, alienated friends, made my girlfriend leave, and somehow still thought I could control the situation. Every single misstep, mine. Now I'm living with a friend. Temporarily, he keeps calling me Brunch Boy. Therapy is mandatory because apparently yelling at everyone, including security and co-workers, is not normal. Mom won't talk to me. Stepdad has disappeared. Family is quiet. Money gone. Pets gone. Girlfriend gone. Job gone. Ego bruised beyond repair. And yet in some ridiculous, twisted way, I can't help but think, I still don't think I deserve to lose the inheritance. I mean, technically, I signed it voluntarily. I know I blew it, but I feel like maybe there was a loophole somewhere I could have exploited. Then reality smacks me in the face. Sometimes being technically right means jack. You can still lose everything. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. Busted, broke, grounded, humiliated, and still an idiot. If anyone has advice on rebuilding literally everything, I'm listening. But right now, all I can do is sit here, eat cereal, and think about how one brunch changed my life.